71% of students report bullying as being a problem in their school. Students can't learn if they're in a fight or flight mode. They need to feel safe and connected.
Teenage bullying and teasing is an epidemic in this country, and the death rate is climbing.
There have been high-profile cases in every corner of the country.
You know, I see these kids in schools every day. So many of them are from broken homes. So many of them are from homes where they go home and see drug abuse. They see alcoholism.
And for them, their lives are filled with hate and anger and fear.
I really wanted to kill myself because I was so miserable.
I was like, what is it? And he said, well, I can't really describe it to you. But he said what they're doing is they're doing presentations in schools all over the country. The story that they're telling is making a tremendous impact.
Rachel's Challenge is working hard to promote safer, more connected schools where teaching and learning can thrive.
Our administrative team came back and just said, we've got to have this program.
I sit in the auditorium and I watch the impact that Rachel's story has on these students.
2,000 students sit in the gymnasium, quiet, respectful.
No matter the audience, the reaction is always the same.
Some of the toughest guys I know were impacted by Rachel's Challenge in a very positive way.
Oh, you could feel it that, like, man, this was, pretty much hitting everybody on the heart.
Everything around me changed. It changed the way I live my everyday life, the way I look at little things.
Those students used to have issues with each other. Now they're high-fiving each other. Things are changing.
You see kids who put walls up and that comes down, and you get to see the real person. And I think that was really important for all the kids to see.
And they start looking around and they start seeing other kids, really seeing them for the first time and understanding that they're just like me. I'm not alone in this world. And I meet kids that on the day we showed up, they were thinking about pulling the plug. They were done. They were hopeless.
I had everything planned out, and I actually had a rope and pills in my bedroom waiting for me when I got home.
It didn't matter what the reason was, but they were hopeless. They needed something, and Rachel was that something.
We get hundreds of letters every year from students, and I remember reading one that just brought me to tears of a 10-year-old girl who had an exact plan to end her life. But at the end of the letter, she said, "Rachel, you saved my life."
And so many adults I meet, they'll say our kids today, they're lost. They don't have respect. They need to have more rules. And they keep telling kids what they can't do. I see kids that are dying to have someone say, here's what you can do. Here's how you can make a difference in the world. Here's your value.
The issue isn't just about ending bullying. It's much deeper than that. It's about connecting with students and having them connect with each other. They need to feel accepted, wanted, loved, and appreciated. We all do.
Our kids today are dying to know they're not alone. They're dying to know that they matter and that they're cared about.
It's about having compassion that they have a story and having other students realize that when they see this person as a bully, that that's just one layer to them, that this isn't something that defines them at all.
Since Rachel's Challenge arrived, you can feel, you can see, you can taste the difference.
We found that there's been a decrease in the number of bullying taking place in the school as a result of Rachel's Challenge.
And Rachel's story was that huge thing for them that made the difference, that helped them turn the tide. And they went from hopeless to hopeful that not only their life would mean something, but that they could make a difference in someone else's life. That's the magic of Rachel's story.
Since the Columbine High School tragedy, Rachel's life-changing story has been heard by over 24 million people in live settings. On average, Rachel's Challenge is in more than 1,000 schools across North America every year, with as many as 2.5 million students and educators involved in our K-12 programs. We consistently maintain a 97% recommendation rate from our schools, and our presenters average a score of 96% in both program impact and student relatability. The effect the program has on individuals, schools, and communities is truly amazing. In an elementary school in Georgia, disciplinary referrals were down by 53% as well as a 13% increase in school climate satisfaction. A middle school in Washington reports referrals down by 47%. And a high school in Colorado had referrals drop by 64.5%, along with a 4.2% increase in AP test scores. Now, data is important, but how do you place a value on those students, parents, and educators whose lives are changed or even saved because of Rachel's Challenge programs? Well, school and news outlets have reported on at least 7 school shootings averted because of Rachel's Challenge. And every year we hear from over 150 students who were going to take their own lives but changed their mind. Thousands of stories like these from students, parents, and educators are proof of the program's impact.
Our presentation was on Monday of this week, and today I did my 4th intervention with a suicidal student. I am so grateful that the program gave them the strength to come to me and ask for help, and all of them are currently receiving psychiatric care with full family support.
On October 10th, our high school had the opportunity to have a presenter from Rachel's Challenge speak to the entire student body. Rachel's story touched so many hearts, specifically a couple of students who were asked to help in a shooting that was supposed to happen in the days that followed. After hearing Rachel's message, the boys reported the threat and the shooter was apprehended. So we want to thank all of you who brought us this amazing program. You might have saved many of our lives.